honestly, I mean, throughout this marriage, you know, I tried to come into this, you know, as myself, 100%. You know, just here's how I am when I'm out, you know, we're having a good time partying, here's how I am, you know, just relaxing, having breakfast, and, you know, whether it be, you know, my fashion sense, which it is what it is, you know, I'm making an effort to shift, you know, to be more presentable for Madison and try to tailor these little things to what she likes and is attracted to. But, you know, the more little things that you chip away, it's like, is there anything you're attracted to that makes it worth fighting for?
All right, so if you're not familiar with this show, right, it's Married at First Sight. So I'll give you a little bit of a backstory of what's going on here. So on their wedding day, she was I won't say all over him, but she was showing him a lot of affection, a lot of kissing, right? And then when they got to their honeymoon, he came out with some pink broccoli underwear on, and that immediately turned her off. Immediately, right? So at this point, Alan is not her physical type. She says she likes pretty boys, guys who are muscular, right? So she kind of verbalized this to him, and I like a guy who's in shape. And for her standards, he's not in shape as far as she would like. So he ended up going to the gym, I think, 3 times in 4 days or within a 4-day period, right? So he's trying to alter and change himself for her to like him, but she's not doing anything on her end. It's more about what she needs to find him attractive, but there's no effort, I would say, on her end. Now they can communicate very well. That's one thing I do like about them. They can communicate very well. It's just that they're having issues as far as he's starting to be hurt by the lack of effort or lack of not trying to put more effort into the marriage as he's putting in. And you'll see the next part in the clip why he's getting frustrated.
Well, I'm glad Jay broke it down and let me know what's going on. Otherwise, I'd be lost and have a different opinion. But now that he let me know, I mean, what? Would she have preferred Homer Simpson boxers? Probably not either. She's turned off by it. As Jay says, she's into muscular guys, pretty boys. This guy is far from it, okay? I saw him like the Lance Bass of the boy group. Like, he's not muscular, but he just fit that role. So he was pretty enough to be included. But he's not the pretty boy out of that bunch. So it seems that she started with this product, him, and said, okay, I can make this work. You know, the key word, make this work. And from what Jay says, it seems that she has put herself on a pedestal and that she is out of his league, but is okay to let him in. Like, no, that's just wrong. And that he went to the gym just for her. Whenever you want to do anything, the only way it works is if you want to do it for yourself. So again, yes, at first sight, you know, pun intended, she does look like the prettier one out of the couple, but that gives you no right to break someone down like that, okay? It's never justified.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing that always comes to mind is his effort. Like, I always, you know, tell you, I do appreciate the effort that you put into things and like the conversations that we've had, and I love that part about you and your thoughtfulness. Like, I think that goes into like your caregiver, you know, sense of self, and it's something that I do really like about you.
Well, that's great. All those things are awesome. But, you know, at the end of the day, that doesn't like it set the fire going. You know, there's more to a marriage and a relationship than just, hey, he's a good guy.
I know that.
You know, I don't see any level of, like, I guess, attraction to me in any way. I want something to be there, you know, but I also don't want to fit, like, a square peg into a round hole, because I see how natural it is for you to interact with everybody else and like the girls and, you know, like maybe David or something. It's like an instant, like, natural hug and all this. But with me, it seems like there's a struggle just to be naturally you. Is there anything that you find attractive about me?
I mean, I guess so. I don't know. That's kind of like a weird question to ask.
Is it?
Like,
The question he asked at the end, is there anything that you find attractive about me? She's like, that's kind of like her whole facial expression. I'm like, that's not a hard question to answer. The thing that really caught my attention when I first saw that, where he says, you're interacting with David, and David likes to work out, right? He's not muscular or anything, but they have that in common. They when they're in the group setting, like even at the honeymoon, Madison, David, they worked out together. So they have that in common. So it's just like, Alan, he's a nice guy based on what we've seen on the show. He's a very nice guy. I'm sure a lot of women will like to be with him based on his personality and stuff like that. He does well for himself. He's a good cook, apparently. So she likes that part about him. But the physical appearance, and when people on this show, when they don't have what they want physically out of a partner, they're afraid to say anything. Because they think, oh, if I say this, we're not going to be cool, or it's going to be a lousy whatever remaining days they have until decision day. But I feel she could vocalize herself a lot better, and just her facial expression and body language told me everything I needed to know. And I feel bad for Alan, because I feel, or this is how he comes across on screen, where she's probably the best looking woman he's ever been with, and he probably won't get someone who's that attractive again. That's how it's perceived on camera when you see him talk about her and stuff like that. And for her, it's more of like, you're a good communicator and I value this about you, but I don't physically find you attractive.
So, if it wasn't for this show, these two will not be together, okay? Because the end question, that last question, is there anything you like about me? The saying goes, hesitation speaks volumes. She didn't hesitate, but she just kept filling that conversation and not having an answer. That's it right there. This sucks for Alan, okay? Because he's doing all the work. He's doing everything. As he said, he's trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Because, yes, she can get somebody else. I can see that already. Because we've talked about this, Jay and I. Men are simple creatures. We're visual creatures. But Alan, man, he's just a great guy. It's just, he is not her guy. This should be done with, okay? Should be over. Alan is too good for her. Maybe not in the looks department, but take it from a guy back in the early 2000s. There was a website called Hot or Not, and I ranked a 7.6 at my peak. But that doesn't represent who I am, because I'm a lot more than that. And Alan right there is right there, 7.5, 8. But he's a pure 10 once you get to know him. This sucks, Jay, okay? It really does. You said it. You feel for him. I feel for him. This needs to end. So, please, somebody's in the comments. Let's start a petition. If it hasn't ended already, let's end this. It's done, and let's go for Alan.